Starting out, you guys have 5 seconds to tell me down in the comment section, do you consider Avatar The Last Airbender an anime or a cartoon? Hey, how's it hanging? It's your boy AZ Lazy Gaming, and today we're playing Avatar The Last Airbender while we talk about why this amazing show hasn't got a new game recently. Let's jump straight into the video. Alright, you guys, excuse me while we learn how to play this game real quick. You know, it's been a very long time since I played it. So with the recent news of Aang and his crew getting an animated movie in 2025, Netflix supposedly picking the show up for a live action show, and the next Avatar was leaked to be a male earthbender, the question still remains. How come this supposed great show still hasn't been confirmed for a video game yet? So if you ask me, I feel like this show should have had a video game. So before we dip off into my idea of the perfect Avatar The Last Airbender game, or a couple concepts that I have for it, I want you guys to tell me down in the comment section what you think the perfect Avatar game will look like. Okay, so with the show that could be considered an anime and not just the anime as shown in anime, we could go 2 routes with this type of series. We could either make an action RPG game, something like what XVRage did, or we can make it a fighting game, kind of like the Guilty Gear Strive series or Street Fighter. It could be 2D, but I would lean more towards an arena fighter, 3D style, kind of storm style game if we went with this. And so if we decided to go the action RPG route, which I decided to talk about first, like I said, we would go XVRage style, where you can create a character, because the show actually has a lot to offer as far as creating a character go. As far as the 4 nations go, all 4 of the bending styles, and the bending styles have kind of like a sub bending style within each and every one except for air, I believe. It would give a lot of variety to character creation as far as all of that type of stuff goes. And so I was thinking, if we were to make an action RPG game where you create a character, learn a bending style, of course as far as clothing and hair and skills and stuff like that go, like I said, the game has a lot to offer and they could capitalize on that stuff. We could do raids, and it could be like a faction war thing like Mortal Kombat had on the MKX. And so what I was thinking was, you could learn from a master, and even if you don't want to be a bender, you could even learn from Sokka how to be a swordsman, like he did at the end of Book 3. Being an avatar might be an option, but I don't really think so, because it'd be too OP. They could do a thing where like everyone has like the avatar state for a little bit as like a transformation or some super skill, but nothing too crazy to where everyone has all 4 elements at all 4 times, because then the game would be chaos. There wouldn't be any variety to anyone's character or anything like that. Everyone would basically be the same, because being an avatar is practically OP in this world. Alrighty, so back to what I was talking about as far as character creation goes. It's a lot the game can offer, because you got all 4 of the nations you can go play with. A starter sensei for everyone could be one of the 4 members of the White Lotus, if you guys do remember that. I doubt a lot of people do. You can start out as one of them as one of your mentors though, and then expand on that as you explore the world of Avatar The Last Airbender some more. You can get better mentors and stuff, and as you level up through skill trees and whatnot, preference is really a big thing when it comes to creating a character. If you want to do creating a character right, preference is always the way to go. Another game I can actually give kudos to right now for this is Street Fighter 6. I've been playing a lot of that, having tons of fun as far as creating characters go, and they kind of took the idea that I said for Xenoverse 2 and ran with it, and oh my god, have they been doing so good with that. Really have been enjoying it. Alrighty, let's turn this thing over and start talking about a fighting game, obviously. So I feel like for a fighting game there would be no need for creating characters, because we're here to play with the cast and everyone's gonna do just that, Alrighty, so for a fighting game, let's stay completely away from 3D fighters. Let's try to do a 2.5D fighter, maybe a 2D fighter, but no 3D fighters, because we know the life cycle of all of those 3D fighting anime games. They don't last very long, and they're kind of not really good, and are never full with any content, So of course people are gonna feel like, oh well, if we place the avatars in the game, we'll be the best fighters in the game, they should have the most skills and stuff like that. No, I feel like they should only be limited to 1 skill per element, seeing as they'll have all 4 elements, and it's very selective on which moves chain link together and which ones don't. Of course, we gotta still make it fair. We're not just gonna make them the worst players in the game, but let's try to not make them the best players in the game, just to give everyone else a chance, to give the roster a chance to be played, because when I'm saying Avatar, I don't want to just have Avatar Aang or Korra. Let's try to get some of the older avatars like Roku or Kyoshi, avatars of different nations, and let's have their best element the nation that they're from. Of course, they're the Avatar and they'll have 4 elements and be good at all of them. So of course, every fighting game has the potential to become an Evo game. So as deep in my heart as I would like for this show to have a game that makes Evo like Dragon Ball did, the likelihood of this happening is so rare because, like I said, the concept of this show and the power scaling and everything like that would make this an arena fighter, unfortunately. But if I had it my way, we would find a way to make this game a competitive fighting game that people can enjoy, even though everything today isn't about competition. The game would be actually pretty balanced, only because everyone can bend except for the few, and even then they aren't outranged by people, you know, zoning as far as like Hadoukens and Street Fighter and stuff go. You actually got length with your sword and stuff like that, and you got a little bit of reach, and so you won't be just completely outclassed or the balancing will be off all because you don't have a bending style. And it's a very rare amount of characters in the show who can't bend at all. Other than that though, everyone should be pretty fine as far as melee and a mix of range goes, so it could possibly do good as a 2.5 fighter or 2D fighter, side scroll, and Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat style. Alrighty, you guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, I suggest you go check out my playlist where I talk about all things anime. And if you're still hungry for more videos, you guys know my rule of thumb: if you've seen more than 3 videos, I suggest you subscribe. And if you can't get that yet, go check out my playlist where I talk about all things Dragon Ball. I hope you guys enjoyed. I did genuinely miss doing this. I don't have a date for when I'll be back. I just had some time right now to make this video, but I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for still being here even though I was gone. I love you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.